Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast. We're opinionated
Opinionated
moms.
moms.
We need to nail that together.
I
I'm
know.
Andrea.
And I'm Morgan, and we are two moms talking everything from motherhood, marriage, all the way to,
All things reality TV. So let's get into it. So I feel like I haven't chatted with you like in a minute or like seeing your, oh, you know what it was? Because we didn't get on our weekly meeting for
yeah.
this meeting. But anyways, how was your weekend?
It was good. I had pneumonia last week, so I got over that. Thank God. I mean, not
I
like all
know.
the way over. You still like when you get the medicine, you have to take it. I think it's like 6 or 7 days. So like I think I'm okay, and then by like 5 o'clock, I'm not okay type thing.
Mm.
But it's a journey. Anyways, Quinn was, in the Wizard of Oz.
Mm-hmm.
So that was her last weekend of shows, and she was very
Yay.
sad. The whole
Oh.
cast was like crying and hugging and stuff. So she's already talking about what she can audition for next. And I'm like, pipe
Oh.
down.
Was it bittersweet for you, or were you like, I'm glad it's over?
It was just a lot more than I expected as far as like time commitment.
Mhm.
But I'm happy to see her very passionate about something. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, yay.
what
Well, that's
about you?
exciting. I feel like my weekend was, excuse me, my Lonnie. It was low key, honestly. Didn't do much. Laid low, hung out with family. And honestly, I feel like sometimes those weekends are needed to kind
Yeah.
of just reset before all the holiday festivities come in. So yeah, honestly, that's pretty much it was low key. But we have some questions that we like to ask each other. But these questions are actually from our followers. So I asked on my stories, gosh, like what, 2, 3 weeks ago? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I picked a few, and we're gonna keep asking. We're gonna pick. Oh my God, what the heck? I didn't say anything right there. That happens to me all the time, by the way. My husband, he'll be like, "You said nothing," and I'm like, "I know."
Got mom brain.
But we're going to continue to ask each other some questions from our followers. The first one, if you could, oh, actually, sorry. The first one is rank your top five housewives. Doesn't have to be in particular order. I'll go first.
Okay.
And so top five for me, Kyle. She is number one, actually. She is number one. Then Melissa Gorga, love her. Erica Jane, self-explanatory. Lisa Barlow because she is a baby gorgeous and I love her. And this one is a little controversial for me because I don't love how she's been acting in the last few seasons, but I do love her in general. So I do hope that she can fix the next season. Tamra. So those are my top five. What are your top five?
Okay. I didn't prepare for this at all. Okay. Kyle. Does it have to
Kyle.
be people who are on now?
No, no.
Okay.
These are like I literally like thought about like who are my favorites from all time, and these are just it for me.
Okay. Okay. Kyle. Um, Probably I'd say Melissa. I'd
Okay.
say Melissa. Um, I really like Candy.
Candy, yeah.
I love
Okay.
Candy. Because I feel like Candy is me if I were a housewife. So
I,
yeah.
honestly, I could totally see that. I
Yeah.
really could.
Um, oh my God, I literally just had it in my head and it like flew out. I say Erica. I love Erica.
Hmm.
And Emily from OC.
Emily. Okay. Oh, I forgot about Emily, but yeah. Okay, those are good. I like those. I like those. Second question. If you could only watch five housewife franchises for the rest of your life, they could be current, they can be old, canceled, whatever it is, which five would they be? Do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go. Beverly Hills for sure.
Of
Um,
course.
this is definitely not in order. Beverly Hills, Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
That might be it.
You have to do you got two
I
more.
know. But I'm just kind of like, eh. Um, I'm gonna say Potomac
Okay.
because I root for everybody black.
Okay.
I
Okay.
go for them. And probably Salt Lake.
Oh my gosh, I swear. I'm like, do we have this? I have it written down by the way, because I had to like think about it. So mine and yours are almost the same. So I have Beverly Hills, of course.
Mhm.
Atlanta, I love. So Atlanta, old school Atlanta is just when you play that in the background, you just start cracking up because
Yeah.
their reads, their shade, the pettiness, it's hilarious. It's not that deep, but it's deep because like they're
Yeah.
like they're being it's hilarious. I miss that kind of housewives. Um, Salt Lake, New Jersey, even though it's like it was weird. I didn't want to put it because of how dark and toxic it has gotten. But I'm like,
You're thinking like old Jersey.
old Jersey,
Okay.
yeah. And then OC, because I miss the Tres Amigas. I said that's so white. I it's a good I miss seeing old school Vicky too.
Mhm.
Those are my top five.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question. What is your a beauty product that you cannot live without? And for me,
Yeah.
it's going to be my eyebrow pencil. I don't go anywhere. I literally don't have to have makeup on, but I will always have to put on a quick brow. These are not natural. I do fill these in, so it's an eyebrow pencil for me. What about you?
I'll say lip gloss.
Lip gloss.
Because like even when I'm like, well, I don't wear makeup most of the time, but
Hmm.
I have to have something on my lips. Like
Hmm.
always.
Yeah, it's actually it's funny because I actually have lips. Like I always have chapstick on me at all times. Not lip gloss, but just chapstick, and I can't live without it. I actually finish like my tubes. Do you?
Yeah. My new thing though is lip oil. And
I've
instead
seen
of
that on your stories.
yeah, instead of the chapstick. And I lost my lip oil like 2 days ago, and I feel like I'm like jonesing. I'm like, I gotta go get some more, which is one of the things I was supposed to do today, and then I ended up not
Hmm.
going anywhere. So like it needs to happen.
Yeah, you need to go get that. Well, these were some questions, and if you guys want to know some more or ask us some more questions, please do. Also, just side note, there is some lighting going on my camera, which I'm fully aware. Just so you know, I can see it. It bothers me. Ignore it. Just pretend it's not there. But now we're going to transition. We're going to talk about two shows. Beverly Hills premiered last week, so we got to talk about it, and then also a reunion of Orange County Part 3.
Yeah.
So Beverly Hills, let's start off with that.
You want to start with that? Okay.
Yeah, I want to start off with Beverly Hills because I want to make sure we
Get my
say what we gotta
notes.
say. So what are your first thoughts of this first episode?
Okay. I took so many notes. You can't even see it, but it's it's just like
I believe it.
small. Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to say this has nothing to do with anything, but Kathy Hilton looks like Caitlyn Jenner. And it bothers my soul because I'm like, why do you look like this? It's just
So much plastic
annoying.
surgery. In her first scene when she like Dorit walks in and she's just like all like I was like, why are they showing her like that? Like
She looks crazy.
she looked so scary and creepy. But I
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
it
So
was wild.
that was that. Um, but yeah, like we said, this is one of my favorite franchises, so that's why I have so many notes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so Sutton really didn't do anything this episode, but I just want to say she reminds me of Heather
Did you
from
grow?
yeah.
Okay. Like in like the
The sense of
fanciness?
like condescending,
Oh,
entitled, like,
yeah.
acts oblivious, wants everyone to think her life is perfect. And then when she does share something, she's like, look at me, I'm struggling. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
girl,
Mm-hmm.
she
Mm-hmm.
just irks my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but let's start with the big guns, Kyle
Okay.
and Dorit, because
I have
that's really all there
opinions.
is to talk about this episode anyway. But
Mm-hmm.
Kyle and Dorit, I try not to watch like I know you like you follow on social media and you like listen to like the podcasts and stuff like that, but I try really hard not to because I want to
Mhm.
see it like unfold on the show. And so I wasn't keeping up with exactly whatever was happening between them. I just knew that they had beef. And I feel like I feel like Dorit never held back her real feelings. If she did, that was on her. Like no one made her hold back her
Mhm.
feelings.
Mhm.
Um, so whatever her issue is with Kyle, I don't think it's an issue with Kyle. I think Dorit's issue is that she never expressed herself, and now she's like upset that she never put it out there. And Kyle's like, "What's the problem?" Do you see
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
No, I see what you're saying. So I feel like I'm blindly loyal to Kyle. Like, hey Kyle. And what's it called? So I can understand both sides of why they're upset. So I think started with Kyle from the reunion that Kathy was on, where behind the scenes, Dorit was such a good friend to Kyle and like feeling bad for her, like what she was going through with Kathy, and then like on camera for the reunion, Dorit, and I don't think Dorit was trying to, I really do think Dorit was trying to help out in that moment. I really do. When she tells Kyle, she's like, I think she wants you to take accountability, Kyle. And Kyle goes like, don't butt in. This isn't for you. And Dorit's like, okay, okay. And it really pissed off Kyle. Like you could tell, like it hurt her feelings. And I think right there, Kyle was like, oh no, like I'm icing you out, which I feel like both of them should have had a conversation of like, hey, like what happened? So from there, their friendship changed, in my opinion. And they both dig at each other. They both throw digs. I mean, they're on a show, that's what they do. You know what I mean? And my whole thing is I just don't buy this whole like Dorit act of like I'm now like brave and like I'm strong and I have a voice, I'm gonna use it. Like you've had a voice. You were too in the social media comments and you heard what people were saying. People couldn't stand you, literally. People couldn't stand her on the show. So she wasn't being her true authentic self, which I'm sorry, you're on a reality TV show. You have to say how you feel. So you're telling us that you're not giving us like your real life because in this first episode, all of a sudden she's like PK's an alcoholic. She's said it like 8 times in this episode, which I'm
Yeah, I
like,
don't know
that's
where that came
funny.
from.
That's funny. I actually had seen rumors about that from social media, never from her. It was never addressed on the show that PK has an alcohol problem, even though she is a diamond holder, so she should be talking about her real life. But she wants Kyle to be talking about her real life, even though we haven't heard that PK has had a drinking problem from her this whole time. So I
Hmm.
find it so fake and convenient that all of a sudden now she has a voice. I just
Yeah,
don't buy it. She pisses me
that's what
off.
I'm saying. Like I feel like she's like making it up almost, like just to have something to say, but like her separation in itself would be the storyline. I just feel like I don't know. It's like I feel like she was always low key scared of PK. Um, not scared of him, but just like she didn't want to fight with him. She didn't want to put any, I can see her bowing down to him. So maybe the stuff with Kyle is a way for her to deflect her stuff with PK. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know what I
I
just feel like she came out the gate swinging for no reason. Nothing's happening. Why are
Nothing's
you fighting?
happening. Well, what's happening, Morgan? What's happening is that last season she was gonna get fired. I mean, allegedly. I don't even know. This is just what like people were saying on social media, but everyone couldn't stand her last season. So I think she was like, okay, I'm gonna take it up a notch, be my real self, and then give them a show. And I feel like she's
Yeah.
putting on a show. I don't like it's too
Is she
much.
racist?
I don't know if she was scared of peaking the relationship. I always thought their relationship was interesting. And I actually feel in the scene with Mo and him where it felt more real when he was having that conversation where it was kind of like it felt like he was like really sad that this is what it's coming down to. And Dorit is kind of like, yep, we're separating. Yep, I'm moving on. Like, I'm good. Like, I got me. I'm like, really? Because, like, in the reunion when Andy asked, "How are you guys doing?" We've been better than ever. It's like it's a
It's that
lie.
mask that they
Yeah,
try to
I
wear.
just I don't buy it. I mean, who wants to air out their dirty laundry, right? Nobody does. Like I know I don't like to air out my dirty laundry, but it's like you're on a reality TV show. I don't know. I just can't. I just can't. You could tell Erica being in the middle, she's kind of like, like, how long is this gonna go for?
Hmm.
And then, oh, okay, I did cry at the scene when,
Not you
yes,
crying.
I cried. I cried because I teared up. So when Kyle was talking to Garcelle and she basically says like she doesn't really know what she's going through right now with like her friend, and then she says in her confession and her confessional that she didn't know how to tell her daughters was what was going on, and she didn't want her daughters to like think less of her, and like you could tell she's like struggling. Look, first of all, I'm an empath, so I felt her heart, okay? And you could tell she's like
Hmm.
embarrassed that she doesn't know how to explain what is happening to her, what she's feeling. She's probably gonna feel judged because she's been in the spotlight for so long of this like perfect marriage. And I just, it just made me tear up. It
I
really
think
did.
that's like a mom, that's just a mom thing. That's just a woman thing in general. Like, I'm sure it's harder when you have millions of people all up in your face, but
Hmm.
there's certain things that you want to do and society tells you that you can't do because you're a mom or because you're a wife or because you're a certain age or whatever.
Hmm.
So the things that she was going through are not different than any other woman is going through.
Yeah.
It's just that she just has this camera in her face while doing it. So like, I was a single mom before I got
Hmm.
married, and there's things that I wanted to do as a single woman where like I would feel guilty, and it wasn't anything crazy. It was just like, yeah, me and my friends, like, we want to go to the club tonight. And it's like, but should I be at the club because I'm a mom?
Hmm. Hmm.
But then it's like, well, I want to go out and I want to have fun and I want to have a good time. It's not like I brought my child to the club,
Hmm.
so it's
Hmm.
like it's this internal battle of you, the woman, versus all these other hats that you're wearing too. So I could totally understand that. And
Yeah.
Garcelle got a lot of nerve. Let me tell you something. Garcelle get on my nerves so bad. I want to like her. I want
Yeah.
to like every
Hmm.
minority. I want to
Hmm.
root for them, but she just irks my soul. And
Hmm.
I feel like even when she's put this wall up, and like every time somebody tries to like bring her into the group and like include her, because she claims she's this outsider, right? And I
Hmm.
grew up being the only Black person in a lot of
Hmm.
scenarios. So I can understand a lot of times you do feel like the outsider, but
Yeah.
they tried over the years to like bring her in. And every time they try to
Hmm.
bring her in, she's like, that's none of my business. I don't want any parts of that. Like, even with
Hmm.
Kyle saying, like, I feel safe with you, I'm going to share
Yeah.
this with you, that was obviously a moment where she could have been there,
Hmm.
and she takes every chance she can get to shit talk
Hmm.
behind their back. So it's just
Yeah.
irritating. But I feel like Garcelle, I say that to say, I feel like Garcelle should be one of the more understanding ones for Kyle, because she went through a divorce and she's been single and still single
Hmm.
with children.
Hmm.
So, I mean, she's been a single mom twice now with her older
Yep.
son and then
Yep. Yep.
with her twins, right? They're twins, right?
They're twins. They're
Yeah.
twins.
So it's like I feel like she should be understanding more. It may not have gone to the extent where like she was like questioning her sexuality or like whatever, but you know what it's like to be a single
Yeah.
woman. It's like, do I want to sleep with this man? I can't take this man home. I want to be out here doing my dirt, but I got to take the kids to school in the morning. So I just don't
Hmm.
understand why she tripping like that. And that's
You know,
really
it's so funny because I really I feel like Garcelle is like she's a legend in her own, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
when she came to Beverly Hills, I was really excited, but I feel like she's just had such, like you said, it's such a wall up the
Mhm.
entire time. And she's got some great reads on in her confessions, great reads. But I feel like in person, she doesn't give you that same energy. And I get it. You don't want to be that like loud, aggressive, especially the only black woman at the time in the
Mhm.
group. Now we got Bose in
Both.
there. And I just feel like you could tell she doesn't trust the women. These women are not her friends other than Sutton. The
Which
women
is
are not
weird to me. I'm like, that's who you chose to be your
like,
confidant in the
but
group.
like you could tell that they're real friends. But it's kind of like isn't I know a lot of these shows, a lot of the cast members, they don't really like each other outside of this. They're not real friends hanging out all the time. But at least for TV, make it seem like you want to actually get to know these girls. I don't know, like I don't know. I was just I wasn't as mad this episode about Garcelle. I think because it's just what I expect from her. Um I I actually appreciated when she said when she called out Kyle, like, well, you know, you weren't helping your case with doing the music video, which I 100% agree. It was, I'm like, Kyle, did you do the music video because Mo has been going out in social media, hanging out with a bunch of young girls, and you're trying to get back at him by doing this music video, which I could see, but then it's like you didn't realize how that music video is what started this whole thing. Like, this is what started all like the rumors of like her identity and sexuality. But I did like how Garcelle called her out right there. It's like just say it to her face. You know, you don't like something, call her out, like do that. But yeah, I don't know. Garcelle's a tough cookie. She is a tough cookie. She's got her walls up, guard up. And I'm just like, how do you like how can you like let someone in when they don't want to let you in? So it's like
Yeah,
you can't. Um, and then but Bose, the new girl, what like whoa, her resume is impressive.
it's
I was
insane.
like, dang, like what haven't you done? I mean, what do you think of her?
I mean, I haven't, I need more.
Okay.
I need
She
more.
seems nice. She seems nice. She seems so smart. Okay, this is the thing about me also, which you already know. I feel like I like everybody in the beginning, and then my husband's always like, "You love everybody." He's like, "You're always like, oh my gosh, I love her." Like, and then you're like, and then like a month later, you're like, "I hate her." And I'm like, "Ugh." So I do have to. So far, I like what I'm seeing. I'm excited for this season. Now let's recap OC. It's part three.
Oh, oh, see, okay.
Part three, I will say, I just want to start off by saying the last kind of few minutes where Shannon is just taking it, and taking it. I was like, I feel bad for this woman.
I feel like Shannon handled herself great. I was actually like low key proud of her. I was like, if I could get this Shannon on every episode, I would be down with this Shannon.
I actually like that last scene, well, when the reunion ends and all the girls come together, like it I didn't believe that Shannon had like acknowledged that all of her actions were causing bad stuff in her life. You know what I mean? Like I just didn't believe that she was changing as a human. But I feel like that last scene, I was like, oh dang, like if she allegedly punched John and she had no idea, I
I
was
think
like,
she always knew that like whatever was happening was her fault. I think that she just didn't think it was as bad as it was. Like, I think maybe she thought it was just more so like, okay, I had a drunken night, like whatever. Like everybody has drunken nights. And
mm-hmm,
then like she knew it was wrong, but it wasn't as life changing
mm-hmm,
as everyone
mm-hmm,
else was making it.
mm-hmm,
And excuse me, I think that's where Tamra's frustration was coming in.
mm-hmm. Yeah. So what were your thoughts on it? Like overall though?
Just on the episode in general,
Mm-hmm.
I loved Emily with especially with the Alexis stuff. 'Cause
Oh my gosh,
she
she went
was just
off.
she was just like Alexis was just like no because blah 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 blah. Like first of all, homegirl, you talking a whole lot for somebody who's like I have nothing to do with this. This is not my lawsuit. Well, you're talking about it
Mm.
so much. Like shut up.
Oh
Why are we
God.
going on about this? And like she's just like saying things. She tried to diminish Shannon to a friend with benefits. I didn't like that. Like
It's like you can't say they were together for what, over 4 years.
yeah, and she's like,
Like
no, they were
you've been
together
here
for
for two
2. I
minutes.
saw the receipts. Like, girl, bye.
Alexis was doing the most, and I was cringing the entire time she spoke. I was hoping. that when she would show up, she actually wouldn't say anything, and it would just help her case. Like, but Emily went off on her,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh,"
Yeah, no,
she's
I
like,
was
"You're
like,
the
I
dumbest
literally
girl
did
you're
not.
alive."
She called Emily Emily dumb. I was like,
Yeah, yeah, she did. Did you when Emily tells I forgot, oh Jen, when she tells Jen, she's like, you don't subscribe to mean girl behavior, right? And
right.
Jen's like, right. And she's like, so you support what Alexis is doing to Shannon, but then you like, hold Tamara to a different like fire or whatever. Did you feel like those were both different scenarios, cases? How did you feel about that?
I think the difference is that um Tamara did something to Jen. So, okay, like for me, okay, like we're friends, right? So
Hmm.
like if you tell me I don't like Jane, right?
Hmm.
And because Jane did X, Y, and Z to me, and I see Jane doing X, Y, and Z to you,
Hmm.
I'm gonna be like, that's crazy. Like, but I wouldn't say, just me as a person, I wouldn't be like, I don't like that girl.
Hmm.
She's doing it to you. Now, I
Hmm.
would be weary of her and might hold her at bay, but I wouldn't necessarily completely cut her off. Now, would I be
Hmm.
like Jen and go be her friend? No, but I wouldn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't go off on her and just immediately be like, I hate you because of what you did, blah, 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 blah. Like, because it didn't happen to me. And I feel
Hmm.
like that's what Jen's doing. Um, I think once Alexis turns on her or does something to her, it'll be different. She'll feel
Hmm.
differently. But I think that's what the difference is. She's seen Tamara do a lot of things to a lot of people, but when she did it to her, she was like,
Hmm.
okay, that's a mean girl.
Hmm. Well, I feel like I actually like when no, sorry, not Tam, when Emily tries to make the point to Jen, I feel like Tamara's done a lot more. Like Alexis, she's a lot. She is a lot.
Yes.
But like Tamara has gone after like Shannon, uh, Jen. There's just so many more people that I feel like Tamara's actually been like mean to.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I'm like, I don't think Jen subscribes to Mean Girl, but Alexis is just a freaking whack that like it's like, oh my gosh, but it was nice to see that overall the girls did come together.
Hmm.
It felt like there was that like conflict and then the resolution at the end. And I do hope it was nice to see Tamara and Shannon kind of both like, I was so proud of Tamara, how she conducted herself in the reunion.
Oh
Like,
yeah, for sure.
I was like, was she on something? Because
And
she
that's
was
so
like,
sad. I felt like Andy was like talking to one of his kids. He's like, "You did so good. I'm so proud of you. You sat still the whole time. I'm gonna take you
but
to McDonald's."
but I was like, she was so controlled, so relaxed. And I'm like, wow. It was like I've never seen Chin. I've never seen Tamara like that at a reunion. So it's like that's a lot of work that she's doing on herself, or was she taking stuff? Because she just looked like she probably was feeling good. I don't even know. I don't even know. But it was great to see that like resolution.
Hmm.
And how did you feel finding out after the reunion that little bit of information that Heather and Tamara knew? Did that bother you or
No, I didn't feel like that was important, honestly. Like, because I mean, it doesn't matter if he knew about the accident or heard the accident or whatever. Like, the fact of the matter is that she was in an accident and
yeah,
it was her fault. So
yeah.
I don't know. I just feel to me, I don't feel like it was, and we're so far removed from the relationship at this point. Like
Hmm.
me personally, I don't feel like that was like a big reveal that I needed five women to come together and talk about.
The producers just wanted to have their moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it for Orange County. A super, yeah, like that was it.
Okay, I have
And
one more question though
yeah, yeah,
about
tell
Orange
me.
County. Who are you okay with not coming back next season if there were to be one?
It's so funny. Like, I would want all of them to come back. I really would want all of them to come back. I know everyone can't stand Katie, or not everyone, but a lot of people have their feelings about her.
Hmm.
I want her back. I feel like I could do without Jen.
Hmm. Yeah, me too.
Alexis, I highly doubt they're bringing her back. So if she's a contender to come back, she should be gone.
I
She
don't
should
I don't
be
even
gone.
count her. She's
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
she's
But
a
just in
friend. As
case,
Shannon pointed out, she is a friend. She was like, it's time for the friend to go.
I love when Shannon goes, "Oh, you're a star."
Yeah,
She's like,
I
"You're a
was like,
TV star." I
when
was
has
like,
she
"Oh
been
my
on
gosh."
TV? Talk about she been on TV for 5 years, and Andy was like, for 15 years. 15
Yeah,
years.
it was 15 years, she said. But yeah, I could do without Jen, but
Mm.
they should bring her back. What about you?
I think Katie makes the most logical sense, but I could do
Not
without
to bring
Jen.
back?
Yeah, but
Dang.
I want it to be Jen. Like if I had to pick one, I would pick Jen, but I feel like majority of people would pick Katie because I don't feel like Katie has as many like ties to the group. And low key, I'm kind of want to know what's going on with Jen and like Ryan and whatever else he's got going on.
Yeah. I think I'm just like over him. I feel like I don't know. I hope he's a good guy. He just kind of I don't trust him. He gives me kind of like I don't know, just like weird vibes. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think the fact that she could live in that diamond that he put on her finger, but she was getting evicted is really, really effing weird. Okay, real quick. My
Mm-hmm.
ex-boyfriend, the boyfriend I have before my husband,
Mm-hmm.
we used to argue because he used to like to give gifts.
Mm-hmm.
And there was I had gotten like fired from my job or something, and it was like a month before Christmas, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I gotta pay my rent, and I got my
Mm-hmm.
daughter, and blah 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 blah. And this man turns around and gives me like, he asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I was like, pay one of these bills. And
Mm-hmm.
he was like, oh okay. And I was like, no, for real. So then for Christmas he gave me like $500 worth of clothes and shoes, and I took it all back and then got the cash and paid bills with it. And he was so mad. And I was like, that makes no sense to me to be
Oh
walking
my
around with
God.
new clothes and shoes. Like that's how I feel about Jen. That makes
Yeah.
no
No,
sense.
I agree. I agree. It's like, and have you seen those memes now where it's like, what do adults want for Christmas? Like a utility bill paid,
Mm,
gas money, grocery money. It's like that's what we really want. You know,
yes.
gifts are nice, but like honestly, just give me the cash. Let me help myself. Help me help myself. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, it's wild. Well, that was the OC season, and that's it. Now we're gonna be on to the next shows. So that's it for today. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for tuning in. Please don't forget to watch, like, subscribe, comment, share, rewatch it 3 times.
Yes.
And if you guys have questions, stuff that you want us to talk about, please drop it in the comments or message us. And thanks so much.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.